Hi YouTube viewers, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why I love Doctor Who so much. First of all, my name's Jenna. Hello, nice to meet you and all that. Now that's out of the way, I can start talking normally because we're friends now. That's fine, isn't it? Okay, so I'm currently filming this with 2 days to go till the 23rd of August, and every Whovian knows what day that day is. And that day, my friends, is the 12th Doctor arriving. Are you excited? Because I surely am. Why did I say that? I don't even know. Anyway, I'm getting into the festive spirit. Got my Doctor Who top on, which I got from the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff, which by the way is amazing. You should go, I recommend it very muchly. Okay, so one of the reasons why I love Doctor Who so much is the music, and I don't hear a lot of people say that they one of the reasons why they love Doctor Who is the music. They always say the characters, the storyline, the actors. Yeah, they're big parts in why I love it, but I just love the music so much. They if you took away the music to any program, any film, any music video, that was silly, wasn't it? Stop making jokes, they don't see you. Anyway, okay, so if you take away the music, it would be very different. And it sometimes you'll be watching maybe a sad scene, and I mean the dialogue's pretty sad, but when you add in like flute music, just music, it can sometimes take you over the edge, and it can bring you to cry. Speaking from experience. Yeah, that's one of my favourite. One of my favourite music. Okay, that makes sense. One of my favourite songs from Doctor Who is my brother's coming. Yeah, my favourite song. One of my favourite songs is I don't know if it has a more kind of proper name, but I know it as Wake Up. It might have a more, there's a word in my head, but no, it's not in my head, it's in the back of my head and it can't get out. What is the word? Anyway, yeah, the proper word I'm thinking is more like Latin or foreign words, I don't know. Another one I like is what's it called? Valley Decem. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I have a friend who is totally obsessed with Doctor Who and knows everything, and if I have the slightest question, I just ask him. Like, I was like, what is this song called? And he was like, Valley Decem. I was like, thanks. Yeah, if you don't know which one I'm on about, it's the one where David Tennant regenerates. I just love it. I really do like more of the kind of I don't want to say sad songs, but it's very I don't know. This is I can't talk on the spot if you haven't guessed. And another one I love, I have no idea what the name is, but it goes that song. Love it because it's so ghostly, and that really reminds me of I thought someone knocked on my window then. That really freaked me out. And yeah, I mean, I am a modern Whovian. Don't shoot me or anything, but I haven't seen the classics yet. I am trying to find them. I will find them. I will not disappoint my fellow Whovians, because yeah, I really want to see the classics, because there is one. Where has it gone? Sorry, when I'm watching Doctor Who, and this especially when I watched the 50th anniversary episode. I think it was in the 50th episode anniversary. One of my favourite songs is the theme to Doctor Who, and the reason why I love this one so much is because I love the classic one. Like, this is the 1970s to 1980s, but I just love the whole techno thing. Another thing I love about Doctor Who is the experience you have from it, and one of the things that relates to that is that once you've seen a couple of episodes, they will make you think differently about something you'd never looked twice at. For example, was anyone ever scared of a statue before they watched Blink? Did anyone really was anyone really scared of a gas mask? I was, but different reason. I'm just not. I don't like wars and stuff like that. They scare me. Yeah, and there's loads of other stuff like. Okay, so for a while I've been telling people that the Weeping Angels were second on my the scariest monster thing. The first one is the kind of Martians, like water Martians from what's it called? Waters of Mars with David Tennant. They scared me so much, and I think it's because of the white eyes. I think lately I've been seeing a lot of things with white eyes have been scaring me. So I think it might be that. Also the wide eyes, the mouth hanging open. It's just I'm more of a if it looks scary, I'm scared. A lot of people who I know are scared by kind of mental things. They make you think things. But I'm more scared of physically scary things. So I think that's why. But the Weeping Angels are friggin' scary. My dad is one of the people who like mind games, horror. Like he'll like Paranormal Activity, but he won't like Saw, if you know what I mean. Like gory, no, but things where you have to think things and it makes you scared because someone has said one line which has changed everything. And he came to me and he was like, do you know what? I thought Doctor Who was for kids, and I watched the one where statues came to life. I nearly peed myself. I was like, that's nice, Dad. Everyone thinks that. Whoops. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Anyway, yeah. Experience. Okay, so everyone, you always remember your first Doctor. And for a while, I've been saying that my first Doctor was David Tennant. But I have discovered that actually, my first Doctor was Christopher Eccleston. Because the first episode I saw, I was visiting my brother in London. And it was on the TV. I don't know if it was on because he put it on or I just flicked it to see what it was. And I can remember looking at it from across the room, and it was the episode where Rose goes back to save her dad, and you know, the whole wedding church and those things. They're my wings. Sound effects. And that was the first one I saw, and then after that I the next one I saw after that was the episode. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's the last one with Christopher Eccleston. Like, literally at the end is where he regenerates into David Tennant. But I can remember, there's quite a gap in between those episodes. But I can remember my uncle and auntie, they have the whole collection. I don't know if they have the classics, actually. They might. Ooh. I can remember, because you know when you're like 7 years old, something like that, that young, and there's a big family meeting, and you're just bored because there's no other kind of kids around your age. You just kind of sat there listening to grown-ups drone on about money, gardening, events, work, things like that. And they had a kind of separate living room, and I would go in there and I just watch them, and I watched all of the Christopher Ecclestons first, and then I would go on to David Tennant's. So yeah, that's my first. Another reason why I love Doctor Who is the morals. You always tend to find one in the storyline. You'll think it's a crazy episode, monsters chasing people. One guy called the Doctor and his human friend chases after him and destroys him in the end. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, that's what I thought when I first watched it. But you'll always find a nice kind of heartwarming moral at the end, like, love. All you need is love. It's kind of Doctor Who. It always kind of relates to you need each other. No one. Where was I going with that? One of my favourite companions is Donna. If not, she is my favourite, maybe. And that is because the Doctor, his role is to kind of save the day. He will be the one who, to kind of defeat the monster or whatever it is at the time, to make a deal with it. They'll refuse, as always, and save the world, save the universe, save the galaxy, whatever. But Donna, she is kind of different. Most companions will follow along, maybe help him, but she will be the person to comfort the people involved. She will be the one to kind of look around and see people worried, because she sees this all the time. She goes to different planets where he saves the day, and but these people, they don't see this every day. Like, for example, in Silence in the Library, Miss Evangeline's, I've never been able to pronounce her name. Miss Evangelise. Is that right? Miss Evangelise. I want to say Sir at the end. Miss Evangelisa. It's wrong, innit? Oh well. She's freaking out, isn't she? You see that she's not the brightest. But Donna goes up to her and says, "Are you alright? Thanks for offering to help and stuff." And this is all while the Doctor is saving the day, and you never see that. Rose kind of followed him because they were in love. They never wanted to be apart. Martha was always kind of wanting to show her worthiness, and then you get Donna who would think about other people and not just making sure she was always with the Doctor. And another one, what's her name? Oh no! Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie. She goes to Agatha Christie and comforts her, and from her little talk with Donna, she spots a major clue, doesn't she? She says, "Oh, what's that?" And realizes she'd found something, and I'm not making a good point really. I'm not good at talking really, but that's how I think Donna is. And then she has the most heartbreaking ending. I mean, that speech that Ten gives to her mum and Wolf, like, I just want you to know there are planets up there safe because of her. And it's so true. Like, and then at the end of the day, she's forgot, and she just thinks she's nobody. But she's the best temp in Chiswick. 100 words per minute. And I really hope that one day, I don't think they will, but I really hope one day they kind of, I hope she kind of remembers, because when the Master comes back, he kind of, I don't know what he does. I think it's because he kind of turned everyone into him. It's weird. She starts remembering, doesn't she? But that's just remembering monsters and stuff like that. But I want her to remember what she did and how important she is. And I think I love that, because she thinks she's an ordinary girl from Chiswick, hasn't got a job really. It's been annoying mum who nags at her all the time. Got a sweet granddad who talks to her, and she's just an ordinary person. But the Doctor tries to convince her that she is the most important woman in the universe, and I think she is. I made a list of what reasons why I love Doctor Who, so I'm not stopping and starting because I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. Okay, so another thing I love is the concept of the regenerations. I mean, it's brilliant, really. The fact that it can go on forever, hopefully. As long as the producers and writers want to do it for, they don't have to do it. They don't have to stop because the main character gets too old or just isn't interested anymore. I mean, when it started, William Hartnell, he only had a couple of years, didn't he? Because he got, I don't want to say too old, because he wasn't really that old, was he? I just think he had trouble with all of the remembering all the lines and stuff like that. Which, by the way, that programme showing William Hartnell's life, who else cried? I cried. Yeah, I mean, if they stopped then, that would have been it. The modern age now, we probably wouldn't even know. I mean, most of maybe grown-ups, I mean, my mum, her doctor was Tom Baker, and I mean, so hardly anyone really would ever watch Doctor Who. It would be just lost. It would just be lost in the past, and I think that's an amazing thing about regenerations. It gives you the opportunity to for a new actor to come in and change it up a little bit, maybe. I mean, every Doctor has brought something new to the show. They all have their little different catchphrases, and it's why you love them so much. And yeah, I just think that's amazing that you have the you're scared because you're sad because you don't want to lose the Doctor who you love, who you've fallen in love with, and blah blah blah. But then you're kind of excited, like, oh, what's he gonna do? And it's like, yay, I get to fall in love all over again. And it's another good way to bring in new companions, isn't it? I mean, without a new Doctor, without 12 new Doctors, you wouldn't have that many companions, and everyone has a different favourite companion. So, yeah, I just think that's friggin' amazing, isn't it? Okay, so genres. I mean, when I watch a Doctor Who episode, I have no idea how many times it will make me laugh, cry, scream sometimes. Weeping angels. But it will be the most intense episode ever, and then they'll just throw in a joke to kind of lighten it up a bit, and it's great because they do it so well. It's not over cheesy, it doesn't kind of ruin the atmosphere, and there will just be so many funny bits, like the amount of times me and my family had to kind of pause it to laugh and then maybe rewind it to listen to it again. Yeah, especially they bring in some characters who are the kind of comedy person, like Rory. I think he's a very comedic character. He's very kind of a puppy trailing after the Doctor and Amy, asking what's going on, getting freaked out, maybe messing up a little bit, but then that's why you love him. And then throughout that he grows and he becomes the only Centurion. And okay, so one of my favourite ever scenes in Doctor Who, and this is ever, it's when he's dressed as the Roman and Amy's had the baby, and he walks in and it's the whole, I've got a message from the Doctor and a question from me, and it's the where is my wife? That made me fall in love with Rory Williams. I was like, oh my lord, he's gorgeous. And yeah, and it will make you feel intense and cry and why must everyone die? Moffat. Yeah. Okay, so actors. Brilliant. Doctor Who is a very well-known TV program. It's the longest running sci-fi. It's in so many countries, even America, and you get so many famous people wanting to be on it because they grew up watching it, and and I love the fact that most of the actors who play the Doctor grew up wanting to be the Doctor. Like David, I read something that said he got in trouble because he based an essay on Doctor Who, and that's brilliant. It really gives hope to people like us who really want. I mean, I personally want the Doctor to be real, and he is. What am I saying? He is real. It gives a lot of hope to our generation who grow up in the TV. What's the word? Generation. Our generation. The TV generation. Era. The TV era. Watch a lot of programs, listen to a lot of music. It gives a lot of hope to everyone that don't give up, because it could happen. Even Peter Capaldi, he grew up and he I saw a picture that said he wrote into a newspaper. I can't remember what he said, but it was talking about Doctor Who when he was 8. And Saturday, excited. And I'm actually really nervous for that. They're going very dark, aren't they? And I'm really. I mean, I already love him. Yeah, I already love him. I loved him in Torchwood, Children of the Earth. I'm really scared they're gonna make him too dark and people won't like him. Like, at the beginning, Matt Smith, he was a I mean, everyone would say he was a raggedy man. Amy would call him the raggedy man because he was so floppy, wasn't he? He just run around everywhere, swinging his arms around his legs, and he was so cute because of that. Like, not cute as in like good looking he is, but cute as in but towards the end he got very dark, didn't he? And I didn't like that, how he got so intense. And I mean, the he blew up the Cybermen just to send a message in that thing I just talked about, like just to send a message about finding Amy. He blew up the Cybermen just to show his power, and he just got very dark towards the end, and I would have loved him to have always been that kind of mushy puppy, kind of like Rory, like, oh, where are we going now? Okay, let's like dance everywhere. But yeah, I hope they don't make Capaldi too dark, because I know they're going to try and find Gallifrey. I think that's going to be what they're going to try and do now. I just really hope that people give him a chance, because that whole thing about him being too old. He's only a couple of years older than William Hartnell when he played him. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I really am nervous for that. So yeah. The last point I'm gonna be making about why I love it is the spin-off shows like Sarah Jane Smith and Torchwood, and me and my two friends went to our local kind of theatre, and there was a guy kind of doing a comedy stand-up thing about Doctor Who, and we both went, and he said how he loved these spin-offs because he had a kind of younger kid, and it meant that he could kind of in his younger years watch the Sarah Jane adventures, kind of lead him into Doctor Who, and then maybe he's older, watch Torchwood. I mean, it can, if you think that because Doctor Who can get very scary, especially with the Weeping Angels. And I know that when I first watched them, I had nightmares for weeks. And when you have a nightmare, all you want to do is pull the cover over your head. But then you're scared because you can't see the angel if it's there. That's the whole point. You have to see it to stop it. And which, by the way, was such a good concept. Thank you so much for watching that video. I'm so sorry. It's been a ramble, basically. I've just been saying what was in my head at the time, and it just came out. I didn't really have a filter. But yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. This is kind of like a first video of many. I'd like to start making more videos of maybe of me talking, but with more planning, hopefully. And yeah, give me a comment of what you would like to see, really. I'd like to do a lot more different stuff, and if you're a fellow Whovian, tell me what you like about Doctor Who. And yeah, simple as that. And I hope you subscribe if you like it, if you'd like to see more. And yeah, thank you for watching it for this long. I appreciate it. So thank you. Bye.